Welcome back. In this video, we are going to talk about refactoring our code, basically the dry principle. So to finish this project, let's now learn about a technique called refactoring. In order to get rid of some of our duplicate code, we have repeated code mainly at two places. So as you can see, I'm highlighting the screen here. So these two places, guess too high and guess too low. So these both codes are almost same. Only the thing that changes is the string here. The message that displays too high or too low, having a lot of duplicate code, violates don't repeat yourself principle. So the dry principle, you might ask, you might ask, why is it so bad to have a duplicate code? So to answer that, whenever we have a duplicate code, whatever we want to change the some functionality, we have to change the code in multiple places. We want to change the message when the player loses the game. In this case, when you lose the game, we want to change the message here. So if we change something here in the this code is also same, right? Same as it is, right? It needs to be changed. So in this simple line of code, it might be okay, but when you're writing your own code, which is bigger code, it might be a hectic for you. So let's try to avoid duplicate code whenever you can. However, when we first write code, it's not a big problem. To whenever we are writing the first time writing this code, for example, this way, here we repeated our code, right? So this is fine. We can later just use a technique called refactoring. Basically, what this refactoring means is it restructures the code, but without changing how it works. So basically, we do refactoring to improve the code and to eliminate the duplicate code. So the first step in refactoring is to identify the duplicate code. Now we are going to eliminate the health of this code. Well, in the first block, check if the guess is too high, and in the second block, check if guess is too low. In the both the cases, what we are trying to check is if guess is different from secret number, where the only change here is the string too low and too high. Okay, so when the guess is wrong, so before this I'm writing here that when the guess is wrong. Okay, here we are going to write our code. So basically here our guess is correct, right? In this situation, guess is equal to secret number, so this code gets executed. When the guess is wrong, either it is too high or too low, right? So these both cases we are going to merge and write in one line of code. So after this, here we are going to write our code. Okay, so basically we'll take the else if statement. So here we'll write guess greater than secret number. Okay, in this case, why we have written here is, so this is the statement we are passing, because in the both too high and too low, guess a secret number, this only gets changed by symbol, right? So in this case, either it is false or true, it just goes into this loop, right? So we'll just go ahead and copy this, and here we'll paste it, and here instead of text content too high, what we'll do is we'll use the ternary operator here, right? So for that we need to write guess secret number shift too high, because too high we have to declare in this format only, and then too low. Okay, let me just go ahead and turn everything off here, the rest of the part. So let me just save it. So here we need to change the thing. We have to set guess is not equals to secret number. So then only when it is not equals to here it comes to too high and too low, right? These both were cases when it is not equals to only. When it is equals to, this gets executed. Okay, so I forgot to change that previously. Okay, and then we will run in our code and then we'll reload. We'll start with fresh, too high. Okay, 10, too high. So in this case this works, right? As you can see, and when we click again, when we check, see no number, everything works, every case works. So here it works exactly the same way before. Instead of here we just removed this long line of code, and here we have just written only small line of code. Okay, let me explain what we did here. So first we identified the two conditional operators that we had here. Okay, where the guess was either a greater or larger than a secret number. So both of these basically means that guess is different from a secret number. So we just created a block for that, because all this code here is the same in both situations. The only thing that changing here is the message that is displayed on the page, which is the too high and too low string. Okay, and here we have basically determined that the message with the ternary operator as we defined here is here it is where we asked if the guess is greater than the secret number, and if it is, then the content here should be too high, but it's not, the text content should be too low. And the this works because ternary operator is really an operator, and so it will basically return a value. So the value gets stored in the text content of this message. Okay, so it is an element. So let's now test this. So the value gets stored here in this, the text content of this message element. Okay, so as we have already seen the demonstration here, let's now see here document query dot message dot context. As you can see, when we highlight this, you can see throughout our code it is getting repeated 1 2 3 4 and 5 times it is repeating in our code. We can refactor this code into a function and then call the function into all the places where we have the duplicate code. So basically we can refactor the functionality that we use over and over again into their own functions in order to make the code more dry. I will not do this with all the examples, but I will do it with the settings, setting the message, the text content. All right, so in order to make this as a function, so we have to go out of this loop, and then here we have to declare the function. So here we'll constant display message. We'll set this to function of message. Here we'll declare document dot query selector message dot text content equals to message. Okay, so basically what we did is the repeating this line, right? So till equals to we have given as it is, it was, and then we are setting all this into the message function. So this message function is stored here in the display message. Okay, so we'll go ahead and replace this line of code wherever we are finding it. Okay, so here we are just Let me not remove, just turn it off so that it will be good for your purpose. So in this case, instead of this line here, we are declaring display message equals to the same format string. Here we'll declare no number. Okay, so let me just save it and check that. So when we check that, so this is not here equals to, so it should be in brackets because it is function, right? We are calling the function. Okay, see, when we are declaring here the empty null value, it is getting executed, no number. So our code is functioning here. So we'll just go ahead and replace the everything else. So instead of removing, I am just commenting it out. In this case as well, here we'll write display message. Here the message is correct number. Okay, and in the next case, where is it? Yes, here. In this case, it might be, see, here we have declared this, right? So let me just turn it off. And then here I am writing display message. So what I am doing here is copy all this and then paste it inside this. Okay, and also here, let me just format, and then here display message equals to, not equals to bracket. Here we'll write you lose the game. Okay, and also outside here we have, right? So I'm just commenting this out. Here I'm writing display message start guessing. So we saved our code and then we'll check. See, no number, it is getting executed. Okay, here we'll write to low number. Okay, it is getting executed. 5 too low. Okay, too low. See, here we got our correct number, it is getting executed. So our code works perfectly fine here. So again, so our high score, everything works here. So that's basically how we make our code dry. So see, instead of writing all this big code, we have just made it shorter by using this refactoring. Okay, now you could do the same for all the repeating stuff, but which I will not do, but you can try for your fun on your own, but there is no need to do it. I just wanted to make a point here that it is really important thing that we can do when we write a real code. So always keep refactoring in mind when you write your own code. Anyway, we finally fixed up the project. I hope you liked it. The next up, we have another project. We'll build a real UI component. So that is going to be a model window. You will be going to like it a lot. So stay tuned. That's it for this video. Thank you.